Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Well, before we get into the mess, um, I really don't, I like to kind of keep my videos upbeat and fun. Sometimes we do a whole bunch of hollering and screaming, right? Um, well, some of you may not know this person, Ananda Lewis. She is someone you have to be of a particular age to know who she is. She is someone who graced our television screens when we were children, when we would run home and we would watch MTV and BET. Well, this is according to People.com. Ananda Lewis, former MTV VJ and talk show host, dies at 52. I'm going to put the link to this article in the description box because it's kind of long and I'm not going to read it all. Ananda Lewis has died at the age of 52. The former MTV VJ's sister announced news of her death in a Facebook post shared on Wednesday, June the 11th. She's free and in his heavenly arms, she wrote alongside a series of a broken heart emojis and a black and white portrait of Lewis. Lord, rest her soul. Lewis became well known in 1997 when she was hired to be one of the MTV VJs hosting shows like Total Request Live and Hot Zone. In 1999, the New York Times dubbed her the hip hop generation's reigning it girl. Baby, Ananda Lewis was bad too, baby. Yes, God. Ananda was bad, baby. She left MTV in 2001 to host her own talk show, The Ananda Lewis Show. Lewis revealed in a 2020 Instagram post that she had been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. She said that she had not been getting regular mammograms because of her fear of radiation. In October 2024, Lewis took part in a roundtable discussion with CNN's Stephanie Elam, her friend from college, and CNN anchor Sarah Seidner. I think she had breast cancer too. I think she did. Um, in which she revealed that she went against medical advice and did not have, Ananda said this, that she went against medical advice and did not have a double mastectomy after she was diagnosed. Excuse me. Her tumor had metastasized and her cancer had progressed to stage 4, she shared. My plan at first was to get out excessive toxins in my body. I felt like my body is intelligent. I know that to be true. Our bodies are brilliantly made, Lewis said. I decided to keep my tumor and try to work it out of my body a different way. I wish I could go back. It's important for me to admit where I went wrong with this. Girl, it's sad. And it just went on to kind of just talk about her life. Um, and I knew she had a son. I thought she had a son until I read the entire article, and it did say that she does have a son. Now, I did not know this. In 2011, Lewis welcomed son Langston with Harry Smith, brother of Will Smith. I never knew that. Like I said, I always thought or heard that she had a son, but I did not know her son was with Will Smith's brother. So yeah, just sending light and love to her son, her sister, her family, her loved ones and friends, family and friends. um, this is just a reminder for everybody to we just need to go to the hospital and just make sure the doctors and make sure we just up and together, right? We were talking about someone, I forgot who it was the other day, who passed away. I forgot, it was a man who passed away to prostate cancer. We have Ananda Lewis passing away due to breast cancer. I've had family members who passed away due to cancer. My aunt passed away due to breast cancer, and then my grandmother, she just passed away in 2024 to stomach cancer. So yeah, we just gotta stay on top of it, and just go get checked out, and so we can live. And like somebody told me, one of the cousins told me in the comment section, the goal is to get old. Okay, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so now this is a change of pace from the story that we just talked about. This is according to Us Weekly. So RHOA star Porsha Williams' ex Simon Guobadia released from ICE detention. No, 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 no. released from ICE detention, deported back to Nigeria. When I saw this story hit the other day, I wanted to run down here so fast. Girl, but I just couldn't. My body just wouldn't let me do it. So I said, we're going to have to wait and talk about it. All right, so Porsha Williams, you know, she probably excited. Girl, she probably over there doing the Nigerian electric slide. Oh, hell. What she do? What she do? Girl. Girl, she did all of that, girl. Girl, 18 weddings, 18 receptions, 47 outfit changes. Girl got married in Atlanta, got married in Nigeria, got married in Florida, got married in Houston, had a wedding in West Hollywood, had one in Brooklyn. Girl, all types of weddings. But she didn't go to Shamia's though. Did she go to Shamia's? Or she didn't want to go? And she turned around and have 17,000 weddings. Girl, but she couldn't go to one of her good sisters. She couldn't go to one. But she turned her black ass around and have 19 weddings. Girl. Anyways, so Porsha Williams' estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, was released from ICE custody and deported back to his home country after spending months at a detention center, U.S. Weekly can exclusively report. Guobadia's friend and business partner, Ty, oh, girl, these pop-ups are killing me softly. Ty Savit tells us that the Nigeria-born businessman was sent on a flight back home a couple of days ago. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security website no longer lists Guobadia as being in their system. Us also obtained a selfie taken by Simon on Monday, June the 9th. Savit says Guobadia, 61, was in good spirits after a tough experience at the detention center, which was his first time he had ever been behind bars. Excuse me. Savit added that Guobadia is not mad at President Donald Trump and would like a sit down with him. Guobadia and his team launched a new business where they will be selling shirts that will help people in ICE custody. Girl, y'all would be a goddamn fool if y'all put y'all debit card information in the system to purchase anything from Simon or anybody attached to him. I wouldn't put my Cash App card, girl. I wouldn't, girl, please. I wouldn't use Affirm. I wouldn't use Afterpay, Klarna. I'm not using nothing that's attached to my name to buy nothing that Simon's name is attached to. Back in February, Williams' ex was taken to the Stewart Detention Center in Lumpkin, Georgia, about 2 hours outside of Atlanta, as a part of the government's mass deportation efforts. Guobadia moved to the United States in 1982, but reportedly overstayed his visa. He left the country but came back and overstayed his visa a second time, according to a local report. WSBT TV reported Guobadia was deported in 1992, but was granted permanent residency status the same year when he used an undisclosed identity. I told y'all, Simon been scamming since before I was born. We don't even know if the nigga name is Simon Guobadia, if we're going to be honest about it. Is the nigga named Simon Guobadia? I don't know. That's a scammer at heart, baby. They said this nigga had an undisclosed identity. I said, oh, girl. He attempted to gain citizenship over the years, but was shut down each time. Williams, 43, filed for divorce from Guobadia in February 2024 following 15 months of marriage and having her daughter sit on his lap. I added that part. But we don't play that sitting on lap shit over here. No, ma'am. I wish I would walk into a room and see my nieces sitting on some strange man lap. Girl. Absolutely not. Get up and come over here. Hey, Tatum, Sloan Bailey, come here. Sit right here. Y'all, you sit right here and you sit right here. Hello? Girl, we don't know. No. Absolutely not. And then Porsha talking about they called him one night because Pilar wanted to say, hey, I can't remember what she said on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And girl, he sent them the voicemail. Girl, he sent that baby the voicemail, or he didn't respond. I said, girl, he either sent the baby to voicemail, or girl, either he didn't respond to the text message. He left them on red. It was something like that. I said, "Ooh, girl, that's a mess." But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what the article is about. I'll put the link, to the article in the description box. So if you want to read it in its entirety, then you can very well do so. But yeah, Simon is back in Nigeria, and Porsha is in that house that she can't afford. I can't afford it either, but I'm trying to figure out what Porsha gonna do about that $7 million house. We had this conversation the other night. There ain't too many housewives across the board who either live in a $7 million home or can afford a $7 million home. Be very clear. It's a few of them. It's a few of them. It's a few of them. But when you really think about it, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ain't none of the girls in Atlanta affording or can live in a $7 million house except for probably Candy. There's a few of the girls in Beverly Hills. Probably a couple of the girls in Orange County. And when I said I'm probably stretching on Orange County, I know Heather Dubrow, her rich girl. Heather Dubrow can afford all the houses. A couple in Miami. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. It is what it is. Shout out to Simon. Shout out to Porsha. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on and talk about the newest cast member rejoining the Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, Layla Ali. Shout out to Layla Ali. Okay. All right, y'all. So Layla Ali, Clarissa Shields, is that her name? Papoose. Papoose girlfriend. The boxer. The boxing lady who beat ass for a living. Honey, Monique Samuels. This is according to people.com. Monique Samuels returning to the Real Housewives of Potomac for season 10. Girl, I was in my bed, girl, just trying to breathe. If I never see you in my arms again, if I never hear I love you now, and then I never make it to you, please understand if I love you. And I promise you that I shall never breathe again, breathe again. You know the story behind that song? I heard Babyface wrote that song, and I think at the time he had the cold, and he was just praying to God that he could breathe again. I'm telling you, I think I heard that was the inspiration behind "Breathe Again" by Tony Braxton. Babyface was sick, and he was like, "I just want to breathe again." I'm telling you, I'm not making that up. Anyways, so all right, y'all. This is what it says. Monique Samuels is ready for her Bravo second act. The former Real Housewives of Potomac star who famously exited the hit reality series, is it a hit reality series? In 2020 is officially returning for season 10. People can exclusively reveal. Girl, I guess, girl, no shade. Girl, I guess you need that little check. Girl, now we all need a check. But just the other day, girl, she said, girl, this little check, this little check, this little check, baby, this little check. Production for the show is currently underway in Maryland with the last season's stars Giselle Bryant, Ashley Darby, Dr. Wendy Osefo, Kiarna Stewart, and Stacey Rush, all filming again. Samuels will be joining the cast in a supporting capacity. Her comeback to the series that first made her a fan favorite and later sparked one of the most talked about departures in housewife history comes at a pivotal time and Samuel's life. The 41-year-old owner, was it Mila Eve Essentials? I purchased some of her products before. Owner finalized her divorce from former NFL. It came. I'm not gonna lie, girl. It came fast, and they had it packaged nice. They really did. It was packaged very, very nicely. I was like, okay. It just wasn't thrown in the box or nothing like that. Um, and it just goes on to say, she divorced Chris. She and Chris were married for 11 years and are the parents to daughter Melania. Is it Melania or Milani? 9 sons, Christopher 12 and Chase 6. Monique is in a different place now, and fans will see that. She's excited to show who she is now, not as a wife, not just as a mom, but as a woman starting over and taking on life on her own terms. Girl, it is what it is. It will be interesting to see what Monique brings to the show, because this is the gag. I hate to say I told y'all so, but I try to tell people stuff like this, and the girls don't like to listen to me. To me, Monique was just never this great reality star. She just never was. Um, she just wasn't. I think that I think when you looked at Monique on paper, she had the makings to be, the ingredients to be um, a great housewife. But once we took those ingredients and start to apply them to the bowl and mix and stir, it didn't come out the right way. We missed an ingredient. Um, when she went over to Love and Marriage DC, the people who followed Monique over to Love and Marriage DC, the people who were probably new to Monique, being on TV, they did not like Monique. That's just what it was. They thought that she was pretty much, um, she nagged Chris all the time. That's what people took it at. I felt like I defended Monique more than the people who actually go up for Monique. I felt like I understood Monique's position when she was on Love and Marriage DC. It appeared as though Monique was always bitching and complaining. However, I also felt like we can't forget how Chris was on Potomac. I think some people just looked at Chris as though, oh, he just like this manly man, and I just think that because Chris never really said a lot and Monique did all this, it could come across like Monique is just like a bitch, basically. But I never took it that way. Um, Not all the time. Sometimes I'd be like, girl, Monique, shut up, but you know. And then I think that because of the reception from the fans, I don't think she liked that. I think that Monique still had a problem with accountability, because I even think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, her kind of blaming Carlos in a way. But girl, that's who you were. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, that's what it was. So I'm just hoping that when Monique comes back to Potomac, Monique has had a problem with accountability. Girl, oh, I just know, girl. Y'all already know I'm trying not to say, but I'm gonna say it because I was trying not to, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I just, I'm glad Candace is not coming back, because I think it would be too much. Now that I think about it, maybe Monique and Giselle need to probably figure out their issue, and then maybe if they want Candace back, if she's invited back next season, maybe she was invited back this season and she declined. I don't know, but if she's invited back, if she wants to come back next season, then maybe things we can look at the relationship between Monique and Candace, because I really believe that Monique needs to apologize to Candace. She does. And I will never change my mind on that. I don't give a damn how much people say that Candace is a brat and she's a bitch and she talked too much. Monique really should apologize to Candace. A heartfelt apology for putting her hands on Candace. Because the fact, we speaking in facts now. The fact of the matter is that ass whooping was supposed to be for Miss Giselle. Be very clear. Because, and I said we wasn't going backwards, but we're going backwards. We ain't got no choice now. Because at that reunion, when Monique came out with that 5-star binder, and she said she had tabs on everybody, including herself, that's what Layla Ali said. That's what Miss Shields said. She said, I have tabs on everybody, including myself. But as you can recall, whose tab did she only pull on? She opened up that book, and the only person she read was Giselle's, which should let us know right then and there the issue was always with Miss Giselle. The problem was she knew she couldn't put her hands on Miss Giselle, so she lashed out and put her hands on Candace. But that ass whooping was really always intended for Giselle, and she knows it. That's why when she got to the reunion, all the smoke she had was only for Giselle. She needs to apologize to Candace if Candace ever comes back to the show. On some real shit. Anyways, is that it? Let me look over my we may just do another video. Girl, I'm trying to catch up. I don't want to put out too many videos in one day. You know, I like for y'all to be able to watch my stuff. And this is going to be like the 4th video for today. So I don't want to put out too much, but there's so many things I need to catch up on. We still need to talk about Kenya. We'll talk about that in a different video. Yeah, we'll talk about Kenya tomorrow. Yeah, we'll save Kenya for tomorrow because we've already did. Yeah, I'm going to end this video right now. Excuse me. So yeah, shout out to Monique. You know, one thing I will give Miss Monique Samuels, that bitch never got her props for her face. Baby, that Monique's face, baby, shuts it down. No shade. Y'all put Giselle on the pedestal because Giselle is light skinned with green eyes. But the girl that really had the face of the face was that Monique Samuel. And that's the real tea. Be very clear. Monique face shuts it down. Oh! Anyways, shout out to Layla. Girl, I guess we'll see you back in season 10. Was it season 10? Was it season 9? Whatever season 10, yeah. Season 10. So I guess we'll see you season 10. Clarissa Shields. Girl, keep your hands to your motherfucking self this time too. And if you don't, baby, beat the right bitch ass this go around. Okay. Shit. If you gonna knock a hoe, knock the right hoe. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk. We back. I'm almost 100%, baby. I've been missing y'all. I know y'all been missing me. We about to get into the mess. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all. We might go live tomorrow if I feel a whole lot better. I feel like we might go live tomorrow because I haven't kikied with y'all in a minute. It feels like a minute, anyways. All right, I'm gone. Bye, y'all.